Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. But before we jump in,
Yeah.
tell us where you're listening from down in the comments. We always love to hear from you guys,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in the world.
Absolutely.
So today,
Okay.
we are going to kind of take a detour from the usual relationship advice. And we're going to be looking at some really interesting science-backed ways
Okay.
to spice up your love life.
I like it.
So get ready
All right.
to ditch those tired old cliches.
Yeah.
And to discover some truly fascinating ways to reignite that spark and keep things exciting.
It's fascinating how much of keeping that flame alive in a relationship really comes down to understanding the psychology behind desire and attraction. You know, it goes beyond those grand gestures.
Right.
It's about tapping into those natural pathways in our brains that create excitement and keep us coming back for more.
And one of those pathways leads to something we don't always associate with long-term relationships. Mystery.
Exactly. Think about those early days of a relationship.
Right.
There's so much you don't know about the other person. And that mystery is incredibly alluring.
Oh, yeah.
It creates this natural curiosity and intrigue that draws you in.
It's like a puzzle you can't wait to solve.
Yeah.
You're constantly learning new things about them, and that sense of discovery is just so exciting.
And you know, as we get to know our partners better, that initial mystery tends to fade.
Yeah, it does.
But the key is that we can actually cultivate mystery.
Okay.
Even in long-term relationships.
Not like that.
It's about maintaining a healthy balance between closeness and independence.
So how do we do that?
Well,
It sounds great in theory, but what are some actionable steps we can take?
first, it's about nurturing your own individuality.
Okay.
Having your own hobbies, interests, and social life isn't just good for you personally. It actually makes you more attractive to your partner.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
When you have a fulfilling life outside of the relationship, it shows you're not solely reliant on your partner for happiness.
Right.
You bring something unique and vibrant to the table.
Exactly.
I love that.
And it also prevents you from oversharing every detail of your day.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying you should keep secrets or avoid communication.
Right.
But there's a difference between sharing your experiences and recounting every minute detail.
Yeah.
Leaving some things unsaid
Okay.
can spark your partner's imagination and keep them guessing.
Right.
Remember, a little mystery goes a long way.
I love this idea of holding back a little, letting your partner discover things about you over time. It keeps things fresh and exciting.
It does.
But aside from cultivating a sense of mystery, what else can we do to reignite that honeymoon phase energy?
Let's talk about dopamine.
Dopamine, our brain's reward system. Tell me more.
Dopamine plays a huge role in how we experience pleasure and reward.
Right.
And you know what triggers a massive surge of dopamine?
What's that?
Novelty.
Okay.
That's why the early stages of a relationship,
When everything is new and exciting, feels so incredible.
right?
You're constantly experiencing new things together.
Yeah.
And your brain is loving it.
It's the classic honeymoon phase. And unfortunately, it often seems like it fades as the relationship progresses.
It can?
Is there a way to keep that excitement alive over the long term?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The key is to intentionally introduce novelty into your relationship.
Okay, I like that.
Think about trying new experiences together. Maybe it's a trip to a destination you've both always wanted to visit, or trying out a new activity you've never done before.
So it's about getting out of your comfort zones and embracing the unexpected.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it doesn't always have to involve grand gestures.
Right.
Sometimes the smallest things can have a huge impact.
Yeah.
Think about surprising your partner with a thoughtful note, a little gift,
Right.
or even just a spontaneous text that lets them know you're thinking about them.
Huh.
It's about those little unexpected moments.
Yeah. That break the routine.
Right.
And reintroduce that spark.
These are such practical tips.
Yeah.
It's not about planning elaborate or expensive schemes. It's about finding those everyday opportunities
Yeah.
to inject a little fun and spontaneity back into your relationship.
Right.
Love that.
And speaking of excitement, there's another incredibly powerful element we often overlook when it comes to keeping the spark alive.
Okay, what's that?
Feeling desired.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people assume that feeling desired is a given in a relationship.
Right.
But it's something you have to actively cultivate.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you know your partner finds you attractive and desirable, it boosts your confidence.
Yeah.
It makes you feel more connected to them. And ultimately, it just makes you feel good.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Feeling desired is incredibly empowering and definitely helps to keep the spark alive.
It does.
What can couples do to cultivate that feeling?
It's all about making your partner feel seen and appreciated,
Okay.
both for who they are and for what they bring to the relationship.
Hmm.
Go beyond complimenting their appearance. Tell them what you find attractive about their personality, their intelligence, their sense of humor.
It's about those deeper qualities that make them unique and special. That means
Yes.
so much more than just saying, you look nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of physical touch.
Right.
A lingering touch,
Mm.
a sudden kiss, even just holding hands.
Yeah.
These small gestures convey a lot of desire and affection.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's about making your partner feel wanted and appreciated throughout the day, not just in those designated romantic moments.
Right.
So listeners, I have a challenge for you.
Right.
Think about something your partner does,
Yeah.
maybe even something small
Mhm.
or outside the bedroom,
Yeah.
that just makes you feel incredibly drawn to them.
I like it.
Share in the comments. Let's inspire each other.
Building on this idea of attraction,
Okay.
let's delve into a topic that's all about igniting the senses.
I'm all about this. Sensory experiences can have such a powerful impact on our emotions and connection.
They do.
Tell me more.
Our brains are wired to respond to sensory input. Engaging our senses
Yeah.
can heighten our emotions, including desire.
Right.
Think about a romantic dinner.
Okay.
It's not just about the food.
Right.
It's about the soft lighting, the music, the aroma of the food.
Yeah.
These elements create a complete sensory experience.
It creates an atmosphere,
Yes,
a mood that sets the stage for a more intimate and connected experience.
exactly. I love that.
And that's what we want to bring into our relationships more intentionally.
So how can we do that? What are some examples of engaging the senses in a way that can enhance our connection with our partner?
Well, let's start with sight.
Okay.
Think about playing with lighting in your bedroom,
Okay.
maybe some candles or soft lamps to create a more intimate mood.
You can even experiment with different outfits and styles.
It's about creating a visual experience that feels new and exciting, something that makes you see your partner in a new light.
Exactly. It's not just about what they see. It's
Yeah.
about how you feel in that setting.
Yeah.
Changing your own attire
Mhm.
can make you feel different, and that energy is contagious.
I love that.
Yeah?
So sight is one thing, but what about sound?
Oh, yeah.
Music plays a big role in setting the mood,
Absolutely.
right?
Create a playlist together with songs that hold special meaning for your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
or explore new genres of music you've never listened to before.
Right.
Music is a powerful way to connect and evoke emotions.
I love that.
Yeah.
Music has this incredible ability to transport you back to a specific time and place or create a completely immersive experience.
It does.
What about touch?
Okay.
We've talked about physical affection, but is there more to it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Explore non-sexual touch throughout the day.
Okay.
Hold hands.
Right.
Give each other back rubs.
Yeah.
Cuddle on the couch.
Yeah.
These seemingly small gestures build a sense of intimacy
Right.
and can really increase anticipation.
It's about building that physical connection throughout the day
Yeah.
and creating a sense of longing that goes beyond just the bedroom.
Exactly.
It sounds like it's all about layering these different sensory experiences
Yes.
to create a more profound and multifaceted connection.
You got it.
I love this.
And before we move on,
Yeah.
let's not forget about the power of scent.
Oh, right.
Certain scents, like vanilla or sandalwood,
Right.
have been known to increase arousal.
Okay, I'm taking notes. So how can we incorporate this into our daily lives? What are some specific things couples can try?
Instead of just sticking to your usual routines, think about how you can infuse more of these sensory elements into your time together.
Okay.
Swap a typical movie night for a candlelit dinner with music and those inviting aromas we were just talking about.
Or even just try something as simple as a massage with scented oils. It's about being mindful and intentional with how you engage your senses and creating a more immersive and stimulating experience for both of you.
That's it.
I'm loving all of these tips. What other secrets do you have for us?
Let's move on to something that might raise a few eyebrows.
Oh, okay.
Role-playing.
Ooh, this is where things get interesting.
Now, when most people hear role-playing, they probably picture costumes and elaborate scenarios.
It's true. It definitely has a certain image.
Right.
Yeah.
And while that can be fun for some, it's not the only way to approach role-playing.
So what are we really talking about here when we say role-playing in the context of long-term relationships?
Think of it as stepping outside of your usual relationship dynamics and exploring new ways of connecting.
Right.
It's about bringing an element of playfulness and novelty into the relationship.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like trying on different hats, so to speak, within the context of your relationship. And you're doing it together, which can be a really bonding experience.
Exactly. It could be something as simple as swapping roles in your daily routine.
Okay.
Let's say one partner always plans your date nights.
Right.
Why not switch things up and let the other person take the reins for a change?
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
It not only injects some novelty into the routine, but it also allows you to see your partner in a new light. You get to experience their creativity and thoughtfulness in a different way.
Exactly.
I love that.
And don't be afraid to get a little more playful with it.
Okay.
Remember that exercise we talked about earlier about pretending to be strangers meeting for the first time?
Right.
That's a form of role-playing, too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all about shifting your perspective and injecting that initial spark back into the relationship.
Exactly.
And you don't need elaborate costumes or scripts.
No.
Just a willingness to play and experiment.
Exactly. I love that. The goal is to tap into that playful, flirtatious energy that often fades as relationships become more comfortable and routine.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about reminding yourselves why you were drawn to each other in the first place and rediscovering those aspects of your personalities that you might have unintentionally hidden away.
Now, building on that, let's move on to another crucial aspect of a thriving relationship.
All right.
Continuous learning.
I love this.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's easy to fall into a routine.
Right.
And assume you know everything there is to know about your partner.
Yeah, you can fall into that trap.
Right.
But relationships are constantly evolving, and there's always something new to discover.
So how do we keep that sense of discovery alive?
Yeah.
How do we keep learning about each other, even after years of being together?
It starts with curiosity.
Okay.
Don't assume you know everything about your partner.
Okay.
Ask questions.
Yeah.
Listen attentively and be open to new revelations.
So what kind of questions should we be asking? Give us some examples.
Instead of sticking to surface-level conversation, try asking open-ended questions that encourage your partner to share their thoughts and feelings. Things like, what's a dream you've never told me about?
Right.
Or what are you secretly proud of?
Ooh, that's good.
These kinds of questions can spark fascinating conversations.
Absolutely.
And reveal hidden depths to your partner's personality.
Those are great.
Yeah.
It's about going beyond the day-to-day logistics and really delving into their inner world, their hopes, their fears, their aspirations.
And don't be afraid to be vulnerable yourself.
Right.
Share personal stories or memories you've never revealed before.
Okay.
Vulnerability can be incredibly bonding and create a deeper sense of intimacy.
It's like you're constantly adding new chapters to your relationship story.
I love that.
Keeping things interesting and dynamic.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, you can even incorporate some playfulness into the process.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember the game, 2 truths and a lie.
Yes.
Why not try that with a more intimate twist?
I like that.
Come up with 2 truths and a lie about your feelings,
Okay.
your desires,
Yeah.
your dreams for the future.
Oh, wow.
It's a fun and engaging way to uncover hidden truths about each other.
It is.
I love that.
Yeah.
It takes a classic game and adds a whole new level of depth and intimacy.
Yeah.
And it can lead to some really meaningful conversations.
And if you're looking for a more structured approach to continuous learning, consider setting aside a dedicated sharing night each week or month. You and your partner can take turns revealing something new about yourselves.
Oh, I'd love that.
Maybe it's a hidden talent, a surprising fact, or a secret dream you've never shared before.
It's like creating a designated time for exploration and discovery.
Exactly.
I love it.
It brings a sense of intentionality to the process of getting to know each other on a deeper level.
It ensures that you're both actively engaging in the process of growth and discovery, even as your relationship matures.
It does.
And that brings us to our final tip.
Okay.
Micro-adventures.
Micro-adventures.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What are micro-adventures? It sounds like something out of a movie.
They are exactly what they sound like.
Okay.
Small, manageable adventures that inject a dose of excitement and novelty into your lives.
So we're not talking about trekking through the Amazon or climbing Mount Everest here.
Not unless that's something you both really want to do.
Okay.
Micro-adventures are all about embracing spontaneity,
Okay.
And finding those little pockets of adventure in your everyday lives.
Right.
It could be as simple as taking a spontaneous road trip with no set destination,
Okay.
exploring a new part of your city,
Yeah.
or even transforming an everyday activity into a playful adventure.
Give us some concrete examples.
Okay.
What kind of micro-adventures can couples try?
Yeah.
I need some inspiration.
Okay, how about this?
Mm.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Pick a random spot on a map and just go.
Wow.
See where the road takes you.
Yeah.
Embrace the unexpected and enjoy the journey.
I love that.
Or maybe try cooking a themed dinner together.
Okay.
Complete with decorations,
Right.
costumes,
Yeah.
and a whole new persona for the evening.
I love that. It's about bringing a sense of playfulness and imagination to everyday life.
It is.
And you don't need a lot of time or money to make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about shifting your perspective and finding those little moments of joy and connection in the midst of your busy lives.
So listeners, let's hear your ideas. What's one small adventure you can plan with your partner this week? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're always looking for new inspiration.
We are.
Okay, so we've talked about
Yeah.
a lot of really interesting things
We have.
about spicing things up
Yes.
in a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
what else you got for me?
Let's talk about something that's often overlooked,
Okay.
but can have a profound impact on relationships.
All right, I'm listening.
Gratitude.
Oh, gratitude.
Yeah, we hear it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Practice gratitude. Be thankful.
But how does that actually apply to our romantic relationships?
Well, it's easy to take our partners for granted,
It is.
especially when we've been together for a long time.
You get comfortable?
Exactly. We fall into routines. We
Right.
stop noticing all the wonderful things they do for us.
So how do we shift that? How do we start actively practicing gratitude in our relationships?
It starts with awareness.
Oh, okay.
Take some time each day to really reflect on
Right.
what your partner does for you,
Yeah.
big or small.
So it could be something as simple as them making coffee in the morning or doing the dishes after dinner.
Exactly.
Right.
Those little acts of service
Right.
often go unnoticed,
They do.
but they make a big difference.
They really do.
And it's not just about what they do.
Okay.
It's about who they are.
Right.
Take a moment to appreciate their qualities, their strengths, their quirks.
The things that make them uniquely them.
Precisely. Remember why you fell in love with them in the first place.
Oh, I like that.
And express your gratitude.
Uh,
Don't just think it.
Right.
Say it.
Yep.
Tell your partner how much you appreciate them, what
Yeah.
you admire about them,
Right.
how they make you feel.
It's about making them feel seen and valued.
Exactly.
I love that.
A simple thank you
Yeah,
can go a long way.
it really can.
And you know what?
What's that?
When you start practicing gratitude,
Yeah.
it becomes a habit.
Right.
And it changes your whole perspective.
It does.
You start to focus on the positive
Hmm.
rather than dwelling on the negative.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It strengthens your bond.
Okay, so gratitude is key.
It is.
What else can we do to keep that long-term love strong?
Let's talk about forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Okay, I feel like this is a tough one,
It can be.
especially when you've been hurt or there's been a betrayal of trust.
Absolutely.
But why is forgiveness so important in the context of long-term relationships?
Well, holding on to anger and resentment,
Yeah.
it's like poison.
Right.
It eats away at you.
Right.
It damages the relationship, and it prevents you from moving forward.
So how do we begin to forgive?
Yeah.
Especially when it feels so difficult.
It's important to remember that forgiveness is not about condoning the behavior.
Okay.
It's about releasing yourself from the negative emotions.
So it's about letting go of the pain so you can heal and move on.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, it's not always easy,
Right.
and it may take time,
Yeah.
but it's essential for your own well-being
Yeah, that's a good point.
and for the health of the relationship.
So does that mean we should just sweep everything under the rug and pretend it never happened?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting.
Okay.
It's about acknowledging the hurt,
Mm-hmm.
communicating your feelings,
Right.
and choosing to let go of the anger.
So it's a process.
It is.
And it requires open and honest communication.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And sometimes it might even require professional help.
Right, because sometimes those hurts run deep.
They do.
And it can be hard to navigate those waters on your own.
But when you can forgive,
Yeah.
you create space for healing,
Mm-hmm.
growth,
Right.
and a deeper connection.
So forgiveness isn't just about the other person. It's about freeing yourself.
Exactly.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we've talked about gratitude. We've talked about forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
What other gems do you have for us today?
Let's talk about play.
Play.
Yes.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
When was the last time you and your partner truly played together?
That's a good question.
Life gets serious.
It does.
Yeah.
Responsibilities pile up.
Yeah.
And we forget to have fun.
We do.
Yeah.
And play is essential for connection.
Okay, so how do we bring more play into our relationships? What does that even look like for adults?
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Good.
Think about the things you enjoyed doing together when you first met.
Okay.
Did you go to concerts, hiking?
Yeah, those were the days.
Bring back those activities.
Okay.
Or find new ones that spark joy.
Okay, so it's about reconnecting with that sense of fun and adventure that we often lose sight of.
Exactly.
I like that.
It could be as simple as having a game night,
Right.
going to an amusement park,
Yeah.
or trying a new sport together.
So it's not about being childish.
No.
It's about being childlike.
Precisely.
Okay.
Embracing that sense of wonder and spontaneity.
I love that.
Yeah.
So listeners, I want you to think about something you and your partner used to do for fun.
Okay.
Something that brought you both joy, and share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to bring back that playfulness into our relationships.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From gratitude and forgiveness to the importance of play.
Yes.
And everything in between.
It's all connected.
It is.
Right.
But ultimately,
Yeah.
it all comes back to this, making a conscious effort to nurture
Yes.
and prioritize your relationship.
It's so important.
It is.
Because relationships, they're not something you can just set and forget.
Right.
They require ongoing attention and care.
So true.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't have to be grand gestures or elaborate plans.
Right.
It's the small, everyday actions
Little things.
that really make a difference.
Exactly.
So if you're looking to spice things up, reignite that spark,
Yeah.
or simply strengthen the bond you already have,
Okay.
remember this.
Oh.
Never underestimate the power of a simple thank you,
A hug.
a hug,
A shared laugh.
or a moment of genuine connection.
Those are the moments
Yeah.
that make a lifetime of love.
Beautiful.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
And remember, keep the spark alive.
Always.
Until next time.
Yeah.